And indeed, we begin with this Huruma tragedy that continues to unfold this evening. And we start with just bringing you up to speed with what we know so far. The death toll rising there. 12 so far have been confirmed dead. 134 have been rescued. And 69 people are still unaccounted for. So search and rescue efforts still ongoing in Huruma, and our Kisa Andara is live for us there. We want to cross over for the latest updates. Akisa, not a very good evening. Very many people affected by this, families and friends that are mourning the loss of their loved ones. What can you tell us right now?
Good evening, Sophia. Thank you very much for putting us through. Definitely not a good evening. It's been such a long day, very long, 24 hours since the building came tumbling down. And just as you have mentioned, the death toll as of now is at 12, with 134 people being rescued from that 7-story building that came tumbling down yesterday at 9:15 p.m. And according to the Red Cross, 69 people have been reported to be missing. But the Red Cross says the 69 are not necessarily from inside the building. And just to mention some of the things that have been happening today, we have seen a lot of leaders come around just to show their support. President Uhuru Kenyatta made an appearance here about 12 midday. We saw Cabinet Secretary for Youth and Gender also come in, of course, the NYS, and among those who are involved hands-on the search and rescue operation here. So she was here. We saw Mining Cabinet Secretary Dan Kazungu, and we also saw Interior Cabinet Secretary Joseph Olenkaiseri, but conspicuously missing from the list of leaders who made way to Huruma today is Nairobi County Governor Evans Kidero, but however he sent the Deputy Governor Jonathan Mweke. We have had a lot of residents cry foul here that this is a matter that totally concerns the county government, but Nairobi County Governor Evans Kidero has failed to show face. It is a multi-agency operation going on here since yesterday at 9:15 p.m. when the 7-story building came tumbling down. But according to those involved, we spoke to those from the National Disaster Management Unit and the National Disaster Operations Center. They say that this particular operation is going to take longer than they had expected, and they have cited various reasons. Of course, one of them is the poor weather. As you can see, I'm literally being rained on right now. This, of course, is making it difficult for those who are engaging in the search and rescue operation to rescue more people or get the bodies from there.
Right. Okay, so before I let you go, some of the evacuation we saw happened. We understand that Daima Primary School is where the people who are living in this building and the surrounding ones as well that have been said to also not be good for residency. Do we know what measures have been put in place for tonight? There's food, mattresses. What exactly has been put in place there? Do we know?
Yes, some of the measures, let me just start from the buildings that neighbor the building that came down. Various buildings have been evacuated, but they have been deemed unfit for human inhabitation. And as you have mentioned, the Daima Primary is where some of the people who had been evacuated will be spending the night. And of course, we also have the Huruma Social Hall, where a number of people will also be spending the evening. But let us now just to talk to the Deputy Director of the National Disaster Management Unit, just to give us updates on what is happening and some of the measures that they are putting in place to ensure that it is a smooth I could call it transition from this place right now to where they will be spending their evening, and what next for those who have left, who were evacuated from the various buildings. Pius Masai, thank you very much for joining us on KTN Primetime News. Just give us updates on the current operation and the measures that have been put in place for those who will not be sleeping in their houses tonight.
Thank you, Madam. As you are aware that we are here for this delicate operation, and as you have heard that we are balancing between saving lives and also the lives of the rescuers. As you are aware that the building is just next to a river, which is behind the building, which is harboring our operations, in that we are only accessing the building site by one side behind me here. We cannot access the building, the collapsed building, from either on the west, on the south, or on the back of the building because of the river and other structures. Otherwise, as you have heard, that the buildings, the way to collapse, going down, it is very difficult in the operation, in that we are suspecting that there's life still in the building, so we don't want to rush and injure them, because just about 1 hour ago we rescued a life which have just dispatched to hospital, and we expect to get more lives from the building.
Yes. Just before I let you go, what happens to the people who we've seen evacuating the neighboring buildings from there?
Actually, from not this time, evacuation has been happening since daytime up to now, because people in the neighborhood who are neighboring the collapsed buildings were advised to look for alternative accommodations, which they did, of course. And those ones who are away for specific reasons, based on them, they are arriving here and they are evacuating to safer locations. And as you are aware that it is important for safety of a person, begins the person himself. You don't need to be told to move, but when you have been advised that the building and the neighborhood, it may be dangerous for them to stay there while the operation is going on, it's important for them to vacate.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Pius Masai there is the Deputy Director of the National Disaster Management Unit. They're talking about the kind of measures that are being put in place, and of course saying it is a very delicate operation here, torn between saving the lives that are suspected to still be trapped in the rubble, and at the same time ensure that it is a smooth operation at the end of the day. I will hand it over back to you in studio, Sophia Wenuna.
Thank you very much, Kesa Wandera, for us live from Huruma, where we'll continue to bring you updates as they come in. Again, in case you missed it, 12 people so far confirmed dead, 134 have been rescued, and 69 people are still unaccounted for. And